Friends, hello. I hope you're doing well. I really do mean that. It's Tuesday in the stock market, and things are doing, I would say, okay. But let's talk about Mullen Automotive, and if you don't hear that ticking time bomb in the background, well, then we're going to talk about that because Mullen has got a lot of things coming up here in a very short amount of time where it's got to do something or it's going to be on the chopping block. Let's talk about what's going on here. So friends, I talk about Mullen quite a bit and I've covered a lot with this company. And listen, before I say anything here, I'm not dogging this company, anything like that. I'm simply stating facts of what we know. I'm bullish that this could work. I very much am. I mean, they actually are making vehicles and doing deliveries. The last thing I talked about is when they delivered a bunch of vans here just a few weeks ago to in Charlotte, North Carolina. But this is still a very young EV company that has a shite load of competition, obviously. And you know, Tesla's the GOAT. I mean, I hate to say that word, the GOAT, because it's thrown around so much, but I mean, look, that's what it is. We're not saying this is going to be the new Tesla, but obviously there's going to be companies in the near future, in the next 5 to 10 years, that are going to be top running EV companies. They're going to have new ideas, new designs, new oohs and ahs, and Mullen could possibly be one of those companies. And we're looking at a company that has a stock right now for 10 cents, which is great for you as an investor, but also has a flip side with that 10 cents. And first thing you need to know about Mullen. Mullen is on their last extension. They have until September of this year to get their stock above $1 for 10 consecutive trading days. That is the rules of NASDAQ. NASDAQ wants all their stocks to at least have hit $1 for 10 consecutive trading days within a year's time, calendar date. So Mullen is in a little bit of a titsy-titsy spot right now where they got to get something rolling here. Now, other news with Mullen is that it's come out that Mullen has to spend $110 million here this summer. They've come out and said this is what they're going to do. They haven't exactly said what they're going to spend it on, all of it on. They've already spent about $22 million in research, so that could possibly go for a little quarter, a sliver of this could go back into research as well, comparing and contrasting with their competition and really what they're going after as an EV company. Now, obviously, with Mullen going into the summer, they still have deals on the table, deals that are going to be processed and completed, and you know, who knows what else could possibly happen here. And this all, like I said, this is all bundled together right now because a lot of people are very scared that Mullen is not going to make their quota and they're going to go into a reverse split, which I'm following that up with. If they don't hit this dollar range, they will go into a reverse split. They're not going to be taken off the NASDAQ, nothing like that. They would have to go bankrupt and file, you know, they're going under. That's not what's happening here. This is a company that's actually selling vehicles and making money, just like every other startup EV company and just new company in general. They're spending more money than they're making, and that's to be expected. I mean, Tesla, for God's sakes, almost went out of business before they did anything. But like I said, I'm not comparing this to Tesla. So the guy that's already typing something, hold your types. When we look at the stock, we've been sitting around this 9-11 cent range. So if you've been short trading this, you've been making quite a bit of money. And like I said, we have until September. So, you know, the chances of this hitting around a 20-30 cent chance again, even for a few days, is very possible just off some, you know, basic news. I mean, if they were even to say a new deal right now, something possibly big, it would probably jump the stock up to a 15 to 20 cent range overnight. I mean, let's be honest, we've seen that here just in the past few months with this stock. Now, it's hit this ultimate low. You know, it's at this 10 cent range. Now, I think everybody can afford 10 cents in the stock market. If you can't, just go in your car and look around for some change and, you know, put it in your account and you'll be able to buy some Mullen here. Now, I dare say we're seeing a little bit of pickup here in the past 2 days. Of course, I say that now, and tomorrow it will be destroyed. Apart from the actual, you know, the movement of the stock right now, friends, you know, volume and all that, that's all important. That's all good and fun. But really what Mullen is looking for right now, what this stock needs to move financially from 10 cents to 20 cents to 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, a dollar, it needs news. It needs big news. And that's what Mullen is looking for right here. So fingers crossed that they come across some big deal here. They put this money that we're talking about here, this 110 million, into something that's really going to get investors' attention. And listen, there's only so much the blue-collar investor can do here, because I think that's the majority of investors with this right now. You know, these are just day-to-day traders, short traders, long traders, whatever it be, looking for a growth stock, looking for something to get in early on. Now, Mullen, like I said, it's on the chopping block. It's got to meet these demands and this date here coming up in September. And honestly, before September, because it needs 10 days to finalize that dollar. But Mullen, what it needs more than just, you know, people buying 100 shares, 500 shares, even 5 to 10,000 shares. What it needs is some big financial investing companies to come in and say, hey, we're going to buy about 20 million, 30 million, 500 million, whatever gajillion shares, and really put a dent in that outstanding share spot that we have here. And is that possible? That is absolutely 100% possible, because I have personally seen that. Global Star is a great example. If you don't know Global Star, in so many words, it's a telecommunications company that's working with Apple now. Definitely should check them out, but I'm not here talking about them. But I am saying this. Global Star is a company that I started investing in around 20-30 cents. Now, the stock has went through a lot of turmoil since then, within those last 3-4 years, however long it's been now. I literally watched that stock move on deals. Every time the company got a new deal, every time the company had some big investment firm walk in and say, hey, we're going to buy 50 million shares, the stock slowly and gradually went up and got out of the news of having a reverse split. Now, I'm not a millionaire, but I am in a good place with this stock because I stayed with it and I watched what happened. Now, is that going to happen with Mullen? I don't know, because we're not seeing any big news right now. We know things are coming. They keep saying deals are coming and that they're going to fulfill some more vendors with vehicles, but obviously big investors are looking for that to happen. When you're talking about these corporations stepping in, hey, we're going to step in and buy $1 million worth of shares, you know, they want to see something that's going to make them believe in this stock. So that's really what Mullen is looking for here. We need good news. We need a big deal. And that's really what's going to move the stock little by little. It's not really so much, there's only so much we little guys can do. You know, if you're buying, like I said, if you're buying 5,000-10,000 shares, that's great, but this thing needs a lot more volume, and it needs people to start eating up these outstanding shares. So can it happen, friends? Fingers crossed. I'm very bullish that this can happen. Like I've said, I've seen this happen with a few stocks. It is a hard play, it is a wild play, but it possibly could happen. This is no way me telling you to put all of your money into Mullen. This is a thing you're going to have to figure out and, you know, really trust where you want to go with this. It is a very dangerous situation because, hey, you could put a massive amount of money in this and it moves up a little bit, but then it falls back down to its 10-cent range around the end of August or even in July here, where we just don't get much movement in the stock. So if something's going to happen, it needs to happen fast. But friends, I don't think I was too brutal. I just wanted to be honest and let you know what's going on here. Mullen is talking. They're doing stuff. They're moving vehicles. They're talking to investors. They just, I think they've got investors' attention. They just need a corporation. They need Trump money at this point. They need big money to come in and buy massive amount of boatloads, shiploads of stocks right now, and that's shares. Excuse me. They need to buy shares to get them where they need to be. So, friends, I'm gonna shut up now, and I just want to wish all of you the best of luck. Let me know what you think about Mullen, where you're going with it. Do you think it's gonna make this deadline? Or are we going to see this more than likely go into reverse split if they can't get some kind of big deal / news out? Friends, I will talk to you later. Bye, everyone.